So, I've always said my marketing team is killing it, right? Well, here's a good example of voice SEO. Hey Google, what's an accounting calendar?
On the website GrowthLabFinancial.com, they say, an accounting calendar summarizes material dates throughout the year within your financial value stream.
That's voice SEO. So, here at GrowthLab, we always say it's about cadence, rigor, and the team. And one of the core pieces to our cadence is the accounting calendar. So, topic today is, what is an accounting calendar and how do I create one? So, business owners with a solid understanding of their numbers have a massive advantage over those who don't. Numbers are more than just a snapshot of the health of a business. They uncover trends, show patterns, and help uncover why expenses are so high or why profit margins are so low. Just think of your favorite episode of the Shark Tank or The Profit. What's the common thread between whether these investors take a bite at the apple or ultimately pass? A majority of the time it comes down to whether or not the entrepreneur knows their numbers. Not just top line revenue or bottom line NOP, but whether they can actually answer questions that dig a little deeper, such as how much does it cost for you to acquire a customer? And how much on average does a customer spend with you in any given period? How much does it actually cost to manufacture your product and or deliver your service? And being in the know on this allows you to leverage the data to make decisions. Decisions on marketing strategies, financing strategies, growth strategies, the list goes on. One of our go-to solutions to always being on top of your numbers is to leverage an accounting calendar and stick to the cadence it requires. An accounting calendar summarizes material dates throughout the year, such as credit card closings, dates of your monthly financial reviews, your tax deadlines, board meetings, investor reports, right? Now, you probably know these off the top of your mind and you can, rattle them off, but putting them together in a visual way turns this into a communication and accountability tool. You can communicate these dates to stakeholders, which keeps you and everyone else accountable and hitting those due dates and keeping the meetings on cadence. And it's not up to you to remember these dates at the last minute. And so, after all, you wouldn't want your employees to forget part of their responsibilities, and staying organized may be the number one thing to success in financial planning, if not for the whole business. And so when we first start a relationship with a customer here at GrowthLab, one of the first things we do is create this so-called accounting calendar. So 6 steps to creating your accounting calendar. So 1, come to our website and download the template. Don't bother recreating the wheel. 2, understand your tax deadlines. Your entity type, you pay sales taxes, and so on and so forth. We all have to pay taxes, so it's really just a question of when. 3, get a grasp on the bank and credit card statement closing dates. This may be one of the trickiest things when closing your books on a monthly basis. We suggest companies, especially around credit cards, move those closing dates to the first week of every month. And this kind of allows enough time to reconcile the cards while getting the books closed in a timely manner. So 4, reflect on the month-end close dates. Set a day every month on which your books need to be closed. When is your meeting with your accounting and finance team, your functional leads? We recommend you set it towards the beginning or middle of the month rather than the end of the month. And so 5, let's bring it and put it all together. Once you've gathered the dates for your calendar, bring them all under this template for the full 12 months of the year. Clean it up so you can actually reflect and distill it and move on to step 6, which is reflect and adjust. One of the most important steps, I think, in this list, does it all make sense? Do the dates tie out? Do you have enough time to close between these dates? Consider if you have enough time between when the books are actually closed and when you're sending reports out to stakeholders, because you're going to have to make changes and updates. So give yourself a little bit of leeway. Do you overlap on credit card payment dates, debt payments? Maybe you just want to adjust to make sure you have enough cash in the bank. The point in all this is get organized, set yourself up to understand your numbers. Because once again, business owners with a solid understanding of their numbers, they have an advantage over others. Let me ask you one last question in closing. Are you and your team organized and accountable to knowing your numbers? Well, that depends on whether you actually have an accounting calendar.